Hey everybody, welcome back to the TrashRats podcast, your favorite apolitical show. Never politics, none of the time. I'm your host, Simian Jimmy Mumkey Jones, joined as always by my number one favorite co-host, Mr. Aggiton.
Thank you. I am so absolutely just stoked to be back. I tell you, I love this show because it's so apolitical and that really aligns with my views of not believing in anything.
Good. Perfect. And would you like to introduce our two special guest stars this week?
Oh, I would be so happy to. So first off, one of my favorite people that's, of how would I say this? Yeah, whatever. We got Reactor in here. Good to see you, Reactor. Thank you for being.
Hey, thanks for having me.
We have the one and only, you love him. He's been in all kinds of FBI documents just like me. The one and only Mr. Rusty Cage. Thank you for joining us today.
So, EmpLemon just left my house, and he said he was going to be on this podcast with all of us here, but he decided last minute that he wanted to go home and be on his own setup. So he might join in later. Mm-hmm. He might call in maybe about halfway through, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see. So make sure you watch the end of the show.
After, 12 episodes, Mumkey and Emp might actually be on air together?
Yeah.
That'll be amazing. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
it's the
pressure was getting to him. He seemed like he was all down for it right up until the point that it was like, all right, time to go on. So.
Well, did he not know I was going to be here? Did he think it was just you and Aggie and Reactor? And he saw I'm on and he's like, oh, I got to go home and hang out with my vegan girlfriend, guys. We're going to have Taco Bell tonight.
I mean, he definitely knew you were going to be on here, but maybe, I don't know, maybe you intimidate him and it just kind of finally hit him.
What do you think intimidates him the most about me? Is it my followers on Twitter or my YouTube subscribers, or is it my view counts? Which thing do you think intimidates him so much?
It's at any point you could end his entire career, and he knows that.
What if I release the secret Hunter Biden laptop documents that I have on him?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, guys, we're about to talk about the final presidential debate, and I know nothing about all this Hunter Biden shit. I know Aggie and Reactor probably know a lot more than I do, and I'm hoping you guys can red pill me on it because I only follow Steve Harvey on Twitter, so I don't really know what's going on.
Well, I would be happy to try and impart any of the absolute filth that I consume through this awful website into your brain, like a good funnel between, like it's like a beer bong, but it's just pure filth spiraling down like Emperor Lemon's downward spiral into my brain tubes to spew out of my mouth into your eardrums.
Right.
Well,
okay.
Good, do it.
Well, allegedly, from what I heard, beyond the substance abuse, because we could all understand a little substance abuse, a little hookers here and there. I mean, that's just part of the American life. There's nothing wrong with that. But
yeah, of course.
Allegedly, this laptop contained very incriminating, illegal things to do with underage girls, which, I didn't know that Hunter Biden was a big YouTuber, but he's probably got a channel out there somewhere. So, I mean, anyways, yeah, it was real sick stuff, I heard. And I guess they'd had it for a while, and then he was in some kind of substance-induced haze, and he brought it down to a computer repair shop and forgot it there. And the guy went to do the computer repair, and he saw all kinds of gnarly stuff that was real bad, and he basically, let people know. And so I don't know. Allegedly, this stuff had been known about by the FBI for some time, but they were just kind of like, sitting on it for whatever reason. Like you said, maybe building a case. I don't really know. It's hard to say, but or it could be just a total cover up. But I don't know. That's what the stuff that's been floating around out there. The hashtag laptop from hell. And if that kind of stuff is on there, there could be even more. Beyond such perverse filth, there could be some type of, deep state, deep knowledge that's been hidden from, by the elites or something.
Yeah. Wait. So
yeah,
was
basically
it for sure? Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
The main point is like Hunter Biden's in trouble because he did a bunch of, there's pictures or something, supposedly. And then I think the main point is that, the emails show correspondence between Biden's son and Biden, and they connected a bunch of people. And was it one of Hunter's old business partners just released all his emails from prison because he says he was framed by the Biden family or something.
Oh shit!
But there's supposedly the law enforcement agencies said it's true, but like it hasn't like started a case yet, or so I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard to get any information on it since Twitter's completely blocked anyone sharing information.
Oh yeah, my Twitter's blocked right now. I got
You got your
5
Twitter
a.m.
locked. And you don't know why? Were you posting about that or something?
Because I never check my email that's connected to my Twitter, so I was like, oh wait, I'll check my email and maybe they'll tell me there. And it said, hold on, I think I still have it open. It says, violating our rules against posting misleading information about voting.
Okay, now what was that?
Probably talking about like voter fraud or something.
No, it's fucking
I don't
bullshit.
know. I don't
So
know.
wait, did they actually find like child pornography, or was that just kind of you're building up
On
a story?
Reactor's Twitter account?
No,
That's why he got
no,
banned.
sorry, on
Yeah,
the Hunter Biden fucking
Like
computer.
people are posting pictures of supposed pictures of Hunter Biden, like the ones where he's got like the crack pipe in his mouth and whatever.
Yeah, sure.
But there's also one.
Crack.
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know.
can I talk about that for a second? Because I know Reactor and Eggy are probably going to have opposite opinions on recreational drug use. But let me ask, this question to the panel. If we're going to judge presidential candidates by some questionable ethical and moral dilemmas we might find their sons being in photos, which photo is honestly more gratuitous to you as a person? Hunter Biden sleeping with a big old crack pipe in his mouth, looking baller as shit, or any of Trump's kids like posing next to like an elephant or a lion that they killed? Like, which one honestly makes you more upset?
How do you know they killed it? As far as I know, they just go and
I
look for
think
dead
he's
animals.
bragging about it on Instagram. Like, look at this fucking lion I killed. I wish I was a dentist. Look how cool
I will
look.
tell you this one thing. This is what I'll say to voice my opinion real quick. If either of the actual presidential candidates would openly smoke crack and kill animals that I think are cool to kill, I mean, it would just be that simple. Why are they sitting there talking about this virus? They're talking about masks. They're talking
bunch
about
of
living in the
bullshit.
pod and eating the bugs. I mean, I'm just saying, that it makes them feel plastic and fraudulent to me. If I just saw him smoking a little crack now and then, walking around with, like if they went inside like Joe Biden's office or whatever, and there was a bunch of like extinct, endangered, strange animal heads like mounted all over the wall, and he was wearing like one of those safari hats. I mean, that'd be fucking cool. That'd be like, yeah, okay, I can see where this guy's coming from. But I
So
guess
you're more offended that there are no photos of the candidates actually doing these things and that their sons had to comp them out.
it's true. I mean, we can see the fun is going on. Why not have a little fun too? Why do you got to be such a stick in the mud old 80-year-old guy who's like, well, the economy. Okay, yeah, all right, that's cool. Listen, I like the economy when it's good. That's great. I like to have money. That's cool. But I would like a little flavor. I would like a little spice. A little, That's just how I feel. But I guess if I had to be mad about one, I suppose maybe if these animals were like actually endangered or something like that. I am a hunter and I do enjoy hunting, but I guess it's just hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to not love both of them. But maybe the animals by a slight tinge would be maybe a little worse than doing drugs, depending on the drugs.
And I think it's okay to hunt anything if you only use your bare hands.
Oh yeah, you should be able to kill fucking
If I want to kill
any endangered creature.
Yeah.
Well, unless what if it's really small? I mean, if it's like a
Yeah, what about like
Endangered.
baby penguins?
yeah, you should be able to
baby
club them to
penguin.
death with your fists.
We're talking about science, right? We're talking about trust the scientists. Well, so that's evolution. I think if an animal doesn't want to get killed by me, then it should evolve a little quicker so that it doesn't die. That's
Get
all
on
I'm
the
saying.
ball.
It's the laws of nature.
You know how
Okay,
sleepy Hunter Biden had to be to fall asleep with a crack
Yeah,
pipe?
that's another.
Yeah,
Hey,
that is a really good
hey,
point.
that's
must have
another thing.
been tuckered
Wait,
out.
who took the picture? And whoever took the picture could have easily put a crack pipe in his mouth.
Or
It's
do you
true.
think he was taking like a selfie and he wanted to
Yeah.
pretend he fell asleep smoking crack, so it's just like a fabricated photo to
Was the
begin
caption like, "Oh, Bay took this while I was sleeping"?
with? Yeah, exactly.
It's more likely that
You
Russia
can see his
drugged Hunter
reflection
Biden.
holding the phone in the crack pipe.
I love when Bay gives me my crack in the morning, XOXO, and he's like, yeah, it's like she's hugging himself and shit.
But is it possible he was smoking heroin out of the pipe reactor? Because that would put him to
Probably
sleep.
not. Heroin is it's a combination of chemicals. So I mean, or I don't know. As far as I know, you would inject heroin. You wouldn't want to.
You can't smoke it out of a crack pipe.
Yeah, can't you freebase it?
I mean, yeah, but Yeah, I guess he could have been smoking heroin.
Because how the fuck would he fall asleep after smoking crack?
All right, here I got a new theory. I've never heard this theory. I'm gonna tell you.
Crack. Trust me.
I got if the picture, it could have been framed, so probably, but we do know. I think I saw a picture where he was like doing coke off a hooker's ass, or was that something else? I don't know. I saw something come across.
That was fake.
That was Wolf of Wall Street. Great movie.
Okay. But let's just say hypothetically that he was doing cocaine off a hooker's ass, and he was up for like a couple days or whatever. You know, he was really on his big boss mode. You know, he's throwing around the Biden paychecks. You know, he's going crazy, just having time of his life, which I could respect to the fullest. But anyway, maybe he just had a little too much. You know, he'd been up for a couple days or whatever. You know, maybe the coke bag was running a little low, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna crash out at this hotel. You know, just here's my hotel. I'm just crashing out or whatever. Then maybe some sneaky person. They might have had some paraphernalia in the mix from the parties that were going on or whatever. Some sneaky person thought they're going to be a little sneaky, be a little jokester, put the little crack pipe in his mouth, take a little silly picture. That was a little joke picture. You know, we've all had, compromising joke pictures that have, people don't understand the context of the inside joke. And, then it comes out and people are so rabid about a political thing that then it goes all haywire. But that's one of my theories that I just came up with.
Yeah, I have a friend who I have a friend who was doing blackface, and his buddy posted it on Instagram, and he got canceled like by his whole city. So yeah, I can see how like a joke can be taken out of context.
It's all about context here.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so these debates, I mean, while we're on the topic of politics, I don't know. I mean, I just didn't really feel the energy. Obviously, they try to do all the great measures of cutting off the microphones so everyone wasn't just yelling over each other, but it really did not look too great for Trump. It seemed like he was just backpedaling. He was on the defense the entire time.
There's nothing to defend against.
That's the way I saw it. What was that?
There's nothing to defend against, in my opinion. It
was still very defensive, though. I mean,
Joe Biden says nothing but like empty words like that sound like that. He waits until a poll comes out and says Americans are 80% in favor of gay marriage, and he goes, "Hey everyone, I'm going to legalize gay marriage." Like he doesn't care what they want. He
playing
just
politics
knows how to
is a proven formula that's worked essentially forever. So while we can look at it and say, "Wow, it's really disingenuous," I mean, this guy's just saying what people want to hear and promising them the world. That works.
Because people are stupid.
Well, and when it comes to a social issue like gay marriage, wouldn't it be appropriate anyway to do what the majority of Americans want? Isn't that kind of their job, is to follow what they're like, the people who elected them, the will of the people?
Yeah, that's a good point, except he doesn't actually do anything he says he's going to do. He just says it.
They did
and then
legalize gay marriage while he was in office.
While he was in office? Like, that doesn't mean he did anything.
He was there.
But Obama and Biden opposed gay marriage when they went into office. And it wasn't until
then his second term he changed his mind.
No, he didn't change anything. The Supreme Court decided.
Well, I mean,
I remember
what they say.
For his second term, he was saying he approves of it.
Wouldn't it be great if a politician was like, "No, you heard exactly what I said back in 1995. Marriage is between a man and a woman." Like, zero politician is going to do that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like Mitch McConnell and them kind of do that.
Yeah, whatever.
They don't really seem to give a shit what we think. And more power to him for it.
But it's just really disingenuous that Biden would go up on stage acting like he didn't just have the office for 8 years and like, I'm going to do it all now this time. Trust me. That it's just annoying.
Well, he might have the ability to if there's really a blue wave and like the Democrats win the presidency and the House and the Senate and all that. Then Biden's probably going to do a shit ton of stuff.
Maybe, but only because he has to, because otherwise it proves that Trump did more than anyone else.
Well, whether you like it or not, if they're in that position, I think they are planning on packing the courts, and I want to know what Reactor thinks of that.
I don't think they could cheat enough to win the election, to be honest.
Well, hypothetically, if they do, what do you think of, hey, let's add on 6 more Supreme Court justices? What do you think of that?
That's a bad idea.
Yeah?
Because all they're basically doing is watering it down so that they have more power. They're going to dump more sugar into their water until they have molasses.
That's a good metaphor.
Yeah, I just made it up. I don't know if it makes
What about
sense.
Aggie? What say you? What if they say, hey, let's have 100 Supreme Court justices, but we need every group in America to be represented?
Okay.
Aggie, you're going to represent the incels in the online community. Would you approve of that, Aggie? Would you become a Supreme Court justice?
Well, I think I would probably really have a distaste for being in that position. I mean, just being in the Supreme Court, of course, obviously I would be most gracious to be the court cell supreme of the United States of America. So I suppose, were that honor bestowed upon me, that distinguishing title, I would take that. I would take that. But I also feel that sort of system, either there would be too many different things going on to really get a solid consensus on any issue if there was such a wide amount of people, which possibly is, I do like to talk a lot of bad things about the Senate and the House of Representatives, but I suppose they do have a lot of people in there, and so I suppose I could see that how they come to a lot of disagreements a lot of the time in that regard. But yeah, I mean, my thoughts more than anything, just in general, between both of the candidates is I just don't feel like, if Biden, let's say, were to win and he did pack everything, there's a lot of people who I know that are very afraid of that happening and having some of their rights infringed upon by the government and everything. I just kind of feel like if it happens, that whatever happens is not going to be in the best interests of the people for a higher quality of life or higher satisfaction and happiness. I think it seems to me like, now some people are saying I've gotten some flack for counter signaling Mr. Trump because I've thought that perhaps he might not have done enough in his presidency thus far to also bolster those particular areas of my life. But I do at least know that it is true that he hasn't been starting more wars, so that is true. That's something I see get brought up a lot, and and he has strengthened the border security, from what I understand, beyond what it had been. So I will give him those fair points as far as what he had said he was going to do. At least in those regards, he did hold true. But I just still I'm a bit cynical overall yet that any politician is going to do anything beyond sort of what is beneficial to the creme de la creme, the upper crust, the tip top of the social hierarchy, if you will.
Well, you just got to get up into that new upper echelon.
Yeah, that's true. And if I was the supreme gentleman court cell of the land, I would probably be at the table for their strange hooded cloak ceremonies with the strange animal statues or whatever they do. Once again, I'm not saying I could condone that kind of lifestyle, but if I were there, then I would probably be less, on the pensive sort of feeling about, I gotta see it for myself one time. Maybe it's not all that bad. But anyway, that's my thoughts, yes.
Well, who do you think is going to win? Because we have a bet going. I'd like to hear Mumkey's take on this as well after this debate. But who do you think, if you had to bet $100 on it, would win this election?
I personally would bet on one Donald J. Trump.
Okay, so that's what I did. I have $100 saying that Trump will win, and
just 100.
Yeah, isn't that what we did? 100.
Yeah. I have $100. It's not on who will win the election. It's on who will get inaugurated on January 20th.
Right, yeah.
And my money's on Biden. Rusty said Trump, and Reactor said, I think civil war will break out and money will be worthless anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, same thing,
well,
I guess.
Good news. PayPal is letting you buy Bitcoins now, I hear, off your PayPal account. So
hurry, buy them up.
Getting that crypto if the banks are all about to implode or whatever.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm still waiting for my Bitcoin to go back up to the point that I bought it from, so I can be out of the red.
Uh-oh.
Well, I don't know. I mean, so Simian, Jimmy, do you think that after this debate tonight, did that change any chances you think of one candidate winning over the other?
I think this debate could have never happened and the votes would be exactly the same.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Yeah, probably.
At this point, like 30 million people have already voted, so it's a pointless. Like I just watched it because it's entertainment.
Yeah, and it wasn't
I
even that
completely
good.
agree. Yeah.
No flies, no yelling. I don't know.
Yeah, and I really thought this would be our big, Avengers Endgame political episode, and we'd have 5 epic guests on, and we'd talk about this big final debate. But yeah, the debate was kind of fucking boring. I think the decision to mute the candidates when the other person is talking was a huge misstep. Maybe not in terms of democracy, but certainly in terms of my entertainment value, people. This was bullshit.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
I think like the whole idea of having a natural conversation, even with all interrupting, is something that Trump definitely prevails at. And without that, I don't know. It just seemed like he didn't really have a lot of steam. You think that maybe
they only muted at the beginning. It wasn't like they muted the whole time though.
Yeah. I guess to put him in their place. Like, why didn't they just go back to
show that they have power over them?
We can cut your mics at any moment. Just remember that, fellas.
You. No, it was I don't know, just because they wanted people to talk, because Biden interrupts everyone all the time.
Did either or any of you guys bother watching the town hall little singular debates that they did last week
Yeah, I
when
saw
they
the-
were
I saw
too
the Trump
pussy to
one.
meet in person?
I didn't see
And
it.
I saw the end of the Biden one.
I didn't watch
'cause-
even a single second of those town halls, and I don't know. I saw a couple memes. I just kind of, I'm thinking. I follow a lot of people on Twitter. I follow, probably an unhealthy amount of political commentary. It's probably not even good for me to even see all this filth. But anyway, but I do, and so I'm like, I'm gonna get the, I'm gonna get the action pack. Boom. Where's the memes at? Let me see some memes that are gonna really, give me an idea of what's going on. Let me see what was going on, and all I heard was, Joe Biden reassuring that there will be, health care for transsexual children. And also there was a black woman that nodded at Donald Trump, and then she got, doxxed within, 5 minutes for being a filthy Trump lover. So that's pretty
no.
much,
Wait,
that's
what
really
did they
all
do
I
to
heard on Twitter post.
What did they do to this black woman who was nodding in the background of Trump's interview?
Well, they found that she had some type of she was from, I think, Florida, and she had some type of Black Women for Trump or something that was registered under her name that she had founded in 2018 to be a black woman that supports Trump and to find like-minded individuals. But yeah, they had some name of her and information about her. The journalists were, they were tweeting out when it was going on. They're like, find this woman now, find where she is. I need all the information about this woman.
Who
right
allowed
now.
her?
Who is this woman? And well, they did, and they went at her. I don't think they'd really got her fired or any crazy stuff like that, but I didn't hear about that. I just heard that they had identified her as this particular woman. So I was like, oh shit.
They were pissed.
Reactor, is
because
this the modern day KKK?
the Democrats? Yeah, they actually are. They've always been the KKK.
That's true.
Well, elaborate more on this. I need to hear about this deep and rich lore.
So when America was first started, it was the Democratic Republican Party, right? But the Democrats were really, really racist, and they thought they were claiming that the Declaration of Independence was only for white people, and the Republicans were like, nah. So they split off and made their own group that was born from fighting against slavery. And then Abraham Lincoln got into office, and the Democrats were like, crap, he's going to outlaw slavery. So they went to war. But fast forward, Democrats started the KKK. They filibustered the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And once it was passed, they suddenly stopped being racist because it's wrong.
Yeah,
then they
Robert
continued
Byrd
doing the same
was
Democratic senator until 2010.
Yeah, he was a recruiter
he broke
for
the
the
record.
KKK.
He founded a chapter of the Ku Klux Klan in his hometown when he was young, and then he recruited for it. But then he broke records filibustering the Civil Rights Act and remained a Democrat senator until 2010 when Obama was in office.
Yeah,
And-
that's fucking crazy.
yeah. No, but the party switched. Oh, who? When? Why did they all die Democrats?
Well, they just switched their message. I don't know. It's so
Yeah, that's my
deceiving.
main thing about them. I hate them because they're just like.
Well, I do have a couple more notes here since we brought it up here. This is a brand new news article. The nodding woman, Myra Jolie from Town Hall, shares hate mail. Miami lawyer Myra Jolie, the freshly famous nodding woman behind President Trump, says that her employees are being targeted with hate mail. Nobody can fire me, she told Fox News. So what they're doing is attacking my employees so that they will quit. Jolie, who had originally donated to Hillary Clinton, said, quote, they start sending other messages saying, I can't believe you work for that person. I thought you were a good person and not working for a Trump lover. The Dominican Republic-born Jolie wore a mask and nodded in response to Donald Trump during a frequently acrimonious hour-long event was hosted by Savannah Guthrie, who grilled Trump about conspiracy theories and likened him to a, quote, crazy uncle.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I'll read of
that was
this,
a funny
but-
part. Did you see the? She was asking Trump about Q, and she was real adamant about it. Like, admit it, denounce Q. Tell us it's not real. And Trump was like, I don't know what Q is. What are you talking about? She was like, you know what it is. It's Q. He's giving us messages. I don't know. She was like obsessed with it. That was pretty funny. But
Well,
it
all
also,
these emails, like just pressuring people or saying, "Oh, quit." I mean, I imagine doesn't that always happen? I mean,
What?
even in the county that in Gainesville, in Alachua County, where Gainesville is, where I live, there was a lot of people getting emails supposedly from the Proud Boys pressuring them. Saying
that was
they-
Iran. You know that's Iran?
No, I didn't hear all about it.
Okay,
It
yeah,
was
like
just-
the FBI came out and said Iran was behind that. And
What the fuck?
But we don't know. It's crazy because it's like this test. It's a Rorschach test for like liberals and conservatives, because the liberals were tweeting about it yesterday saying, "Look, Iran was sending Democrats emails threatening them that they had to vote for Trump. They're helping Trump, obviously." And then the conservatives are like, "What the fuck? They're trying to make us look like we're threatening people to vote for Trump. They're trying to make Trump look bad." So it's like, because the Democrats
here's
are
like a
batshit
screenshot
crazy.
of the email. The headline is, or the subject is, "Vote for Trump or else."
Yeah.
We are in possession of all your information, email address, telephone, everything. You are currently registered as a Democrat, and we know this because we have gained access into the entire voting infrastructure. You will vote for Trump on election day, or we will come after you. Change your party affiliation to Republican to let us know you received our message, and we'll comply. We will know which candidate you voted for. I would take this seriously if I were you. That's
Yeah.
a screenshot,
The
supposedly.
people who fall for this are the same people who are buying $500 Google Play cards at Walmart to get a firewall on their fucking computer. You have to be a complete moron to fall for that shit.
Oh yeah, no, and what they want to take it serious because I mean, what everyone does, especially during election times or talking about politics, is they just act fucking retarded. Like they can't process that something could be fake or just not real. They want this to be real because then they have
that's what it is.
a point to make.
It's a cognitive bias where they don't want their reality to crash down. So like their brain will actually act like a dumb animal and ignore actual logic. And they'll use one logic to prove one point and then disprove that logic by making another point. And they don't see a conflict. And it's crazy. But
Hey, I just got a text from. Sorry, I didn't mean to
brainwashing.
interrupt. I got a text from Emp. We can probably get him on here while we're
Yeah,
still.
throw him in.
Okay, hold on. Y'all continue talking. I'm gonna get him in here.
Handle that
Yeah.
business, Rusty. That's what's up. Let's go.
Aggie, were there any other parts of the debate that you want to highlight and discuss?
I mean, to be honest, it didn't. There was no part of it really that really. Yeah, it was kind of felt kind of flat to me. I'm not gonna lie. It felt, even like the first debate, because I actually covered the first debate live on my stream when that happened, and I was like trying to hype parts of it up. Like something would happen, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, woo, yeah, that's right," or kind of overhyping it a little bit just for to like make it seem like it was more fun to myself to be streaming that absolute garbage.
Right.
But yeah, to be honest, snooze fest to me. I mean, it is what it is. There was basically the only like funny parts is like, Joe Biden meant to say this thing, but he accidentally said that other thing. And then it's like the people, that's like what people are fighting over. It's like, oh my gosh. The Poor Boys was trending on Twitter before we started here, and I looked through it. It's like, right-wing people. Oh, look at that dumb old. He said poor boys. And
Right.
Left-wing people. Yeah, they are poor boys. They're broke and they're haters and they're racist and they're sexist and they can't and they work at the trailer park and all this stuff like that.
Something I noticed with go ahead.
No, I mean that's pretty much it. It's like that. I think overall, just in general, is just the general tone of the election is that people. I mean, they could probably sit there and just be like, like on the microphone or whatever,
Right.
and then like all the Biden people are gonna be like, wow, he really had a lot of
great.
emotion there, and then all the Trump people are gonna be like, oh, look at him, and that's just like and on both sides, you know what I mean, for both candidates, that it's like whatever he says, bad. Whatever he says, good. And like that's just what it boils down to. And there wasn't anything otherwise particularly really interesting. I just want my $1,200. I just want an anime body pillow and a lifetime supply of video games. I mean, and maybe a president smoke a little crack every now and then. I mean, is that too much to ask for? I think we got the infrastructure. I think we got the funds or whatever. I don't know. I dropped out of school, so maybe I don't know as much as the experts. But I think that something could happen. I think I could put something together if they really cared about the common man and woman, such as myself and women.
Well.
Yeah.
Look at what little pathetic vegan YouTuber decided to come crawling back to the podcast.
Yeah, just took a shit in my toilet. Took my car back from Rusty Cage's house so I could get on my own unique laptop setup.
Lemon, do you remember the last time we were on anything together? I think was Halloween at Rusty's, like 1 or 2 years ago, whatever, when we did the live stream of the Gokinaru video about me.
Indeed.
And I do recall you promised you would make frequent guest appearances on any future show just to review the shit that you took that day. So I'm glad you remembered to update us on the downward spiral of your turd.
Right. The spiral was very downward as it was heading down the turd flume. At a new place right now.
The turd flume.
Septic tank. Gotta get that inspected soon. Might be overflowing.
What color was the poop today? Was it like green from all the vegan shit that you eat?
I don't know, but
Is that true?
I don't think I actually took the time to inspect this one quite right.
You don't like sniff the paper every time you wipe to make sure you actually got some?
Well, we do comprehensive testing here at the Emp household. We got the taste test, the pH balance test.
I feel like a vegan household would have a bidet and wouldn't even use toilet paper.
That's actually not true. A bidet would greatly skew the test results. Anyone with a slight degree in microbiology would understand how a debate would completely ruin the results of any sort of fecal study right there.
I posted a video in the chat if you want to see what Emp looks like when he's taking a shit.
Okay, this video is titled, "Can You Believe This? Monkey Pulls Poop Out of Butt and Eats It." Is this footage of EmpLemon?
Yeah, it is. And if you go to just around 20 seconds, you'll really get to the meat of it.
Honestly, I don't think I want to see the meat of this video.
Okay, fine.
I mean, the monkey probably thought it was meat.
I'll put it in the show notes.
Oh, yeah, he ate it.
Well, hey, Emp, right before you came in, we were wrapping up our thoughts on the big debate, and I know you just watched it with Rusty, so hey, the floor is yours if you have any big debate opinions.
Yeah, basically the debate was total cancer. Country's just completely fucked. I'm preparing my apocalypse bunker at this moment. We are stocking up on supplies of high fiber, high nutrition foods. I'm going to be continuing my poop records, even if it may be.
Don't you think your vegetables will probably spoil like pretty quick?
We have a solution in the form of canned vegetables. They've been around since the early Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, those are really like low in nutrition, aren't they, compared to just a fresh vegetable?
Canned vegetables, long shelf life.
In a bunker?
There's a reason they're used in World War II rations, because we going to war, boys, after that debate.
Well, we're having a big contest or a bet on this podcast about who's going to win. Who do you think will be inaugurated next year? Joe or Trump or other option?
It is clear that Donald Trump will be re-inaugurated, as I've been saying since the middle of 2018.
So I'm the only Joe head on this whole show.
The only one who doesn't follow politics. Things that
Hey, you guys are gonna have you'll be eating crow, you'll got some egg on your faces, it'll be a fucking bird bath debauchery all over you. When I win the $400 from you four knuckleheads.
Have you seen a Biden rally?
It doesn't matter. Joe's going to get inaugurated, whether they cheat or not. I don't give a fuck. He's getting inaugurated. And you motherfuckers are giving me money. And I'm going to, if Trump won't give me my $1,200, I'll take the $400 from you guys.
I said I would pay you if there was no fraudulent voting.
Okay, well, I guess that
No,
lowers
I'm
my
kidding. I didn't
chances
say
by
that.
1%. I don't give a shit. I'm getting $400
no,
anyway.
it's already fraudulent. They
No,
mailed
it's fucking
ballots.
not
They
fraudulent.
mailed ballots to like people who aren't even in the country.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I think Kamala has a
Small
better chance of being
vacation, you know.
inaugurated than Joe.
I would agree with that, I suppose. If it came down to it, there's been a few strange Freudian slips by the campaign where they're talking about President Harris a few times. I mean, it is a little suspicious.
Uh-huh.
Joe, he's walking around and he's looking like something out of Attack of Titan, and he's looking like he's got about 40 gallons of Botox going through his bloodstream with all the, he's got a little dose of the Biden Coke stash going in him. He's got all types of stuff in him. He's just going around. He doesn't know where he's at. He's reading them jitterbug-sized, what do you call those? The projectors on the side of the wall with the teleprompter and all that.
Jitterbug.
He sounded like I'm sounding right now. The jitterbug-sized text, like
Gigantic
one word
buns.
lighting up at a time on the. It's like a karaoke machine. Like there's like a 4-letter word, and it's just like the bar is like slowly going across it, so you can understand what he's saying. I mean, I don't know. It's not looking so good in that regard. I mean, even outside of these very very polarized politics, I find it difficult, as a centrist such as myself, who can see a little bit on both sides, of course. I just find it hard to be very charismatic and very energized about this particular candidate, and even less so about Miss Harris or Mrs. Harris, whatever, because she kind of seems like a little bit of a sneaky person to me.
Yeah, an evil cunt.
Yeah.
Fake.
Well, a lot of you guys seem to have some very suspicious and ominous future predictions. We have Emp, who thinks he needs to hide in a bunker, and Reactor thinks there's going to be a civil war. Could you guys, who have very creative and political minds, paint us a picture of like the worst case yet possible scenario that you see happening to this country?
I already know the worst case. If Biden wins, the worst case scenario is Biden and his elite friends are going to kill off 80% of the human population because the poor are obsolete. They don't need poor anymore. They have automation, right? So they're going to kill them all
You
off.
think they're going to kill 80% of people?
80%. And this is the worst case scenario.
And what's yours? I need a realistic one.
You said worst case.
Realistic worst case.
This is realistic.
Well,
What, do you think they don't want-
No, it's fucking not.
All right. Well, during that debate, I was starting to sweat when creepy, disgusting, dilapidated Joe Biden was looking me in the eye and telling me how he was going to touch my penis with Biden care. Creepy, disgusting. I don't want Joe Biden to care for anything involving my life. And now he's
Especially
he's
not
gonna
your
be like,
penis.
You're gonna have family dead around the table, and I'm gonna kill them because I'm Joe Biden, and I'm gonna use Biden care to touch your cock, just like I touched all those children.
Yeah,
Is that what he
did say
said?
that.
Yeah.
He said that. He's on video
Holy
saying it.
shit.
So
Yeah,
that's,
that was
so
pretty
that's your
wild when he
worst
said
case
that, yeah.
scenario is that he touches your cock.
Yes, his
I can't believe that wasn't trending on Twitter.
dude, his rubbery,
They blocked
Information
everyone.
suppression.
wrinkly scrotum-like hands on my cock. I will be traumatized for life. I might just have to kill myself when that happens.
Okay, so
hold
Reactor
up, wait a
thinks
second.
80% of people will die.
No,
and
you didn't let me
Emp thinks that
finish.
Joe,
You didn't
Joe
let me
Biden
finish.
will personally give him a hand
No,
job.
so look, they're gonna want to kill off 80% of the population because of global warming. They're gonna tell everyone it's because the global warming. We have to get rid of all the humans, or else we all die. So all the liberals are gonna kill themselves, and then the conservatives are gonna form militias, and then the elites are gonna carpet bomb them, and then soak up all the wealth of the people they killed, and then the few poor people that are still alive will just kind of be slaves.
They'll just be the new proletariat.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the worst case scenario if Trump wins in your mind?
Worst case
A
scenario
utopia?
is the Democrats assassinate him.
And that's worst case for him or for the country?
Both.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying if Trump wins, of course there's just going to be continuing riots, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like how fucking long. I mean, a lot of the things about these riots and why they keep them going, in my opinion, is because they got to keep up the anger towards Trump. Like, look how the country is on
election.
fire right now, leading up to the election. It doesn't really make sense to have that continue going forward because he's not going to get reelected in 4 more years, and that's a long time to have continuous riots that is trying to change something that happened in the
Yeah,
past.
you're
I mean,
right.
they could try to get him impeached again somehow. I'm not really sure how that works. Like, how many times can you really, like, realistically try to get someone impeached when they're a president? But I think there are going to be natural riots that are going to happen for a few months, and then something else is going to take over.
Yeah.
Probably the shutdown is going to continue.
No.
They're going to, because they're still going to have to try to make conservatives look bad and make sure like they get more people in.
But depending on the elections, if enough people who've been tortured over this year vote out their sitting, politicians, they could actually stop this authoritarian regime.
Yeah, and so who
yeah,
did you
yeah.
vote
That's
for
good.
there,
I voted for the Green Party.
He threw his vote away.
Okay.
Who's running on the Green Party
It's a
ticket?
two-party system.
It's like some guy named Howie something.
You don't even know the name of the guy you voted for?
What
just likes the
what
color
more do you
green.
need
Talk
to know?
about an uneducated voter. Come
they
on.
made the party green.
Now, if
Green
there was
is
a
like
purple
what a
party,
Vegan
who would you vote for?
radicalism is attacking our democracy once again. These vegans, they have their radical party where everyone's green. They eat so many vegetables. It's like how colloidal silver turns you into one of the guys from
They
Blue
make
Man
the
Group.
Simpsons green.
Exactly.
Yeah, they make
I mean, it's all
green
there. It's all
Simpsons.
there in
Yeah,
green and
This
He
green.
is
thought
my
it was the Green
vision.
Simpsons party.
I envision an America where everyone is green. Everyone is judged solely by the color of their skin being green. And voting the Green Party is obviously going to get us there.
Well,
Yeah,
listen, man,
if
whenever they
they
start
had
coming
won.
for you, they're going to judge you by the shade of your green. And voting for the Green Party is not going to protect you from the darker greens.
The guy's named Howie, and he got banned from Twitter one time. Why would I not
That
want to
is pretty
throw my
good, yeah.
support behind this candidate? Rusty, as a fellow Twitter banned multiple times over user, you should be pulling your full support behind this guy.
I'm not registered to vote.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
ju-
I mean, this is all just me as a spectator here. My vote does not count.
Take
because
me
I
for
don't
your
have-
ride.
Rusty's not allowed to vote because he's a registered sex offender.
What? No, I'm Canadian. Same thing.
Oh, even
Well,
worse.
hey, should we? Are
Are
we
you
ready to
Canadian?
move on from the debate and all the political stuff? Because I think we have a more pressing
Hey,
matter.
Rusty, are you an illegal immigrant?
No, I'm legal.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
when
if
you got
we
a
wanna
million,
ask-
Why? Why does that matter? Illegal immigrants are allowed in this country.
Yeah, Reactor.
They're illegal. Yeah, just like burglars are allowed in the country.
Oh.
So what is this pressing other
Yeah,
topic?
so while we're, shitting all over Rusty and his lifestyle, let's talk a bit about his wild success from his sobriety series. I think he's pulling in more views than PewDiePie did
you-
today, just on his fucking vlogs.
Shit.
What's going on?
I
many
may have
days
got
is it
more
been?
views than PewDiePie. Right now it's what is it? The 22nd, so I'm 22 days in. I got 3 vlogs out. Yeah, I don't know, man. They're doing great. It's really fucking tapping into that part of my mind that says that my main YouTube channel is like has a flag on it or something because those videos are.
You think they would have
performing-
been less successful on the main channel?
Absolutely. Every video I put out is less successful than those. So either I finally hit the nail on the head with these sober vlogs, and that just pushed it directly into recommended, or my main channel has a bug on it, and it doesn't fall into the right genre. They don't push it to the right people. It's not going to the sub feeds.
I think it's pretty likely that YouTube would restrict the guy who wrote the Knife Game song.
Right.
I
and
got
so,
recommended the Knife Game song the other day.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, it kind of falls into like a meme category. So if you're
Yeah.
watching a lot of stuff like that, I can imagine it might come up.
Who would have thought that failing at being sober could be so successful in YouTube views?
Exactly. I mean, I'd hate to have to keep hamming it up to continue this vlog series. Perhaps I'll
Oh my
carry it out
God.
till the end of the year.
I've actually been here seeing the behind the scenes of the so-called Rusty Cage sobriety.
So called.
Oh my God. I watched
go
these
ahead and
videos.
spill
It's
the
so
beans.
fucking
You have conspiracy
melodramatic.
theories now?
You come into the series like, oh, the symptoms of withdrawal include prolapse anus, hepatitis C, AIDS, and even death. Oh my God, guys.
Whoa!
And then
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just at your house and you're just sitting around from the computer.
I'm just bored. Well, yeah, I mean,
He's doing jumping jacks with jeans and a button-down shirt on.
No, that is funny. I mean, the vlogs definitely do seem a lot more melodramatic, and I kind of have to do that. Like, if I was just to do it as straight with honest what I'm feeling emotion, then it would be so goddamn boring. But I mean, of course, all of us know that you have to kind of play things up when you're making a video. You can't just
way.
read
Me
it.
and Reactor are completely honest and genuine in every video we make.
Right. And Emp, do you ever change your voice, your intonation when you're recording to match the mood of what you're trying to say?
No, that's not what we're
please
talking
your
about here,
audience?
Rusty. We're talking about you. Coming into this series, I saw the comments of that video. People were like genuinely concerned, sharing
Dude, I
horror
don't know,
stories
man.
about how, my uncle's left nut went numb after he stopped drinking 3 shots of whiskey every 3 hours.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, that's what. Come on, man. I mean, that's what I was
Fucking Joe Biden.
reading as well, and I guess I just didn't drink enough. I mean, maybe by next year I'll do it again.
The solution is to become even worse.
Your
of a
damn
drunk.
liver. Your
So you can
liver
actually
wasn't
make compelling
damaged
YouTube
enough.
content.
You're saying my liver wasn't damaged enough, Reactor?
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Shit, man. If that's true, then I got a badass liver right now. So
Well, Aggie, has Rusty's series inspired you to become a sober man yourself?
Well, basically, I do really admire the sober saga, the sober October or whatever. That's people were recommending that to me as well. And I said, well, listen, I could do sober October. I could do sober October if I wanted to. But here's the thing with me is that I'm like, basically, I don't want to sound like some kind of addict or whatever. It's a fine line. But basically, like I told my people, I'm like, well, if I'm not drinking, I'm not enjoying life at all in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
And it's not even necessarily. It's not even all about like this lockdown and stuff too, because that's probably even more to do with it, maybe, or I can use that as an excuse, even though I've been doing this for a couple of years. But it's just sort of like, if there's no, I like to wake up and I like to pour a little vodka in my Monster Energy drink and I like to swirl it up and I like to chug it. That's how I get a good start to my day. I got a little bit of that pep from the caffeine, a little bit of that, a little bit of that warm joy from a little alcohol. It's like the perfect, people have been putting, what do you call that, coffee and, they've been putting Bailey's Irish cream in their coffee for decades or however long that's been around. So I mean, I think it's pretty much it's like the new wave of an old tradition. So, to get your Monster Energy, and you kind of take like one big swig, one big wake up swig because you got your little dry from your sleep. So you take then you go over, you reach for that bottle.
wait, so how much are you drinking a day?
Well, I mean, for me, it depends. I have slowed down. I'm not doing like 12 drinks a day or anything like that anymore. I did slow down a little bit. So
True.
I'm probably doing like on a regular day, I might do like 6 or 7 drinks in a day.
You kind of shit. If you're starting off in the morning, like that's pacing yourself.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is that for me, like, it's not that I'm sitting there just pounding drinks. I mean, there was a time in the past where I would sit there and I'd go one and one and one. That's how I could do 12 or more in a day. But
it's just like a slow dosing throughout the day with you carry that canteen
Just keep the
around.
buzz going.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's on a need or on a basis of what am I doing right now? How am I feeling? Yeah, if I'm gonna go to the store or whatever, or if I'm gonna do some housework or something, then it's really neither here nor there. And I don't want to have any like around my workout. Sometimes I might have one drink post workout. I know that probably messes up your workout and like in your gains, but I feel better. It's like a good kind of warm, muscle relaxing feeling to have a drink after you work out. And then when I do my shows, I like to start my show by having a drink and having some caffeine too, because that'll get me pumped up. I can do 6, 7, 8 hours of nonstop talking.
God
and
damn.
the only thing that'll wear out is that my vocal cords will kind of get a little worn down if I do a lot of that back to back. But
yeah, you must have a quick running brain. I don't know how you talk so fast and consistently.
yeah,
Well, and that's all I had to say. But I mean, like shit, man. What you were saying, being sober is pretty fucking boring. For the most part, I mean, even doing housework, I would love to do housework if I could drink while I was doing it.
Yeah.
And that would make it fun. That would make like putting caulk on the corners of the walls awesome, or at least much better than just doing it sober and being fucking goddamn bored the entire time. Hey, a sober man who says he enjoys being sober is a liar. I saw that in a movie and I forget which one, but I agree with it.
That probably makes a lot of sense, yeah.
What is your motivation to not just, admit that you're bored and that this is pointless and you're not a real addict and you like drinking? So why not just quit and start drinking? Like, what is driving you to actually finish this?
Well, I mean, so that's all a part of it too. So if I've decided after 3 days, oh yeah, I can do it, and I already know I can do it, so I'm just not going to. That's the alcohol talking. That's like the withdrawal saying, yeah, you want a fucking another drink. If I really
or is it just like your mind
much,
is bored and your boredom is talking?
Well, I mean, that's a part of it. I mean, there is like a mental aspect to drinking, is getting so used to being in a one mindset that you're uncomfortable in another one. So it's like, I mean, I don't mind being sober. I don't wake up and start drinking, but as long as I'm preoccupied. But it's like at nights and shit, all fucking day being sober, I like to slip into another mode, and not being able to do that, it's annoying. But yeah, why don't I just quit? Is because I said I was going to do a month, and I want to make sure that I can. Also, it's to let my liver recover, because your liver can recover, and I've read on the internet, which is full of nothing but truths, that your liver can fully recover in like 30 days. So might as well, huh?
30 days?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I heard. It's
Rusty drinking since his early teens. 1 month without alcohol is going to
completely livers are looking like.
No, it doesn't work like that. Your liver, even if you have like 2/3 of your liver removed, it can regenerate, because that's
not
what
in 30
it's
days
supposed
though.
to do. Well, maybe not in that aspect, but I'm saying like
30 days per third.
I'm sure everyone out there with liver cancer, the solution is so simple: just cut off 2/3 of your liver.
No.
Well,
Once your liver actually has something wrong with it, like cirrhosis, or if you have cancer, yeah, then you're fucked. Then it's too late. But if it's just fighting and it's getting fatty, yeah, you can get rid of a fatty liver. I mean, that's exercise and that's not drinking. But yeah,
milk thistle supplements, I hear, also are good for liver. That's why I've been taking them for a while, because people put them onto me initially. I think because I drank I was drinking so much energy drinks every day. They're like, oh, you should take some milk thistle so you don't get sick from all those energy drinks or whatever.
Well, okay,
but alcohol
sure.
also, yeah.
But that's the thing. If you're taking milk thistle or eating raw garlic or any of these things that you're trying to counteract what you're also doing, which is pumping a bunch of alcohol through your liver is taking care of the major problem. It's not trying to process milk thistle on the side. It's constantly just trying to get rid of the impurities that is the alcohol you're drinking. That's why it's hard to work out when you're drinking, is because like your liver's trying to process what it needs to do to lose fat from exercise. But if you're drinking, it's burning off the alcohol. And so the milk thistle is probably just going right through you.
Damn, that's good to know, I guess, though, because that's good to know, yeah.
Well, I mean, this is just shit that I've just spent a lot of time reading about it, but I don't know if it's.
Yeah, he's reading it.
I could just be reading a bunch of
It's
bullshit.
okay to be an alcoholic. Blog.
Well,
speaking
of unhealthy addictions, EmpLemon, are you going to do a no vegetables November?
He can't do
meat
it.
Only Movember.
No leaves November.
No meat, no only meat November.
Oh, my bowels hurt. I'm so backed up. I'm EmpLemon. There's so much meat in my body.
Imagine going to Taco Bell and getting something that's actually good.
Well, I'm not going to Taco Bell anymore because they removed the potato from the menu.
Oh man,
are potatoes vegan?
Not at Taco Bell.
Yeah, right.
Well, I don't know.
Rusty, you're smoking cigarettes. How can you call it Sober October when you're still smoking fucking cigarettes every fucking time I go over there?
And he took a Tylenol before.
Yeah, I took a
vitamins.
Tylenol. If I drank something that had caffeine in it, I mean, I'm not sober. I mean, you can't. What do you consider sober? Sober's not ingesting anything.
Not ingesting
substances. Sobriety from alcohol.
Yeah, you don't get drunk from cigarettes, noob.
Yeah,
you sound like my little brother.
It's not like I'm smoking more.
This series is
much at all.
Fucking fraud I've ever seen on YouTube.
The biggest fraud. There's no lies in the series. You're just mad because here's what Emp said. I was bringing up this series. I was proposing it, and I was telling him about it. And he goes, "Oh yeah, you're gonna annoy your audience. You're gonna lose subscribers because they're gonna keep seeing these vlogs come out."
Wait,
no,
no,
it's the
that's
most
not-
popular thing I've put out.
That's not what
And
I
he's
say.
mad because it's outperforming his videos, and it's on my second channel.
You were pitching the series where you do daily vlogs, upload to Storyfire, and I said you can't upload every day or else you're going to kill the audience.
No, I filmed.
I never
every day and I
attacked the
upload
concept
segments.
of the thing. The
Look at
concept
the
is good,
backpedaling.
but it's just lame that you're not actually sober on cigarettes and you fucking
I never said I was gonna be sober on
you violate the
cigarettes.
30-day alcohol
Rusty
sobriety
did
anyway.
say-
No,
Rusty,
I
you
might have
did
told
say
you that I was
you
going to
said
try to
you-
quit.
You said in the video you would try to not do cigarettes, and then you never even attempted that.
I never
tried.
said that.
You said that in the video on
What,
your main
in
channel.
I don't remember saying that in the main.
Yeah, you said, and I might also try to stop smoking weed and cigarettes.
Yeah, I might. No, I definitely didn't say weed because
Well, hold on a second here. Wait a minute. So let me catch up on this right here. Have you still been blazing the herb though? I want to know about that. Cigarettes, I consider
No, I
that
don't
to
think he
be
does smoke.
that's like a vitamin. That's like a healthy thing to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah,
But
it's good
weed
for you.
and alcohol, those are both kind of like they're that thing that kind of take the edge off. So those I would consider those to be kind of similar. So I just want to know.
Yeah,
So
well-
no weed.
you're right. Okay, so here's the thing: if you're trying to get off alcohol, you're still gonna feel it no matter how high you get. But getting high certainly would distract you from the boredom.
No, I don't think so.
I
pain.
mean, it's definitely not going to be the same thing. I mean, Eggy, trust me, if you tried to quit drinking and you just tried to smoke, you would still want to fucking drink a
No,
lot.
you know, it's not. It's like
That
if
is
you-
true.
It's like when someone says if you break your leg, smoke a joint because then you'll feel better. But for me, I won't feel better. I'll just super concentrate on my broken
True,
leg.
you'll be focused in on the
Okay.
pain.
The premise of the show is called Sober October. And you're
No, I didn't
smoking
call it
cigarettes
that.
throughout.
Yeah, cigarettes don't get you drunk.
Yeah, Emp. I mean, Emp is.
In
What do you
fact,
call
he's
someone who's
young.
quit?
He's-
What do you call
he's
someone
got a
who's quit
virgin body.
cigarettes? They're
I
sober.
think you are more sober by smoking cigarettes because it makes you more
it's an
aware
upper.
and like more awake. Like you're
It's a stimulant.
probably more sober to be smoking a cigarette. That's like extra. So that's taking it to another.
Yeah.
That's like the challenge. That's like a
I'm super
handicap
sober.
or
Like
whatever.
meth. Meth would be okay also because you don't get drunk from meth.
I'm sure
You get
Rusty's
super
continuing
aware.
to smoke cigarettes because it's more difficult for him.
Listen, I've smoked one pack of cigarettes in the past 3 weeks. Now, if I was drinking, that would be about a pack every 2 to 3 nights.
Oh, so,
So-
he's doing less cigarettes.
Well, I
so that
think we can
counts
all
as
agree that
sober.
the real challenge should never have been 30 days no drinking. It should be 30 days of living as pure a life as EmpLemon. You only get to
Right.
drink water and Go-Gurt and
Eat
vegetables.
Go-Gurt.
leaves. You can eat leaves.
I can't even have
No
Go-Gurt,
smoking.
you motherfucker.
No smoking, no drinking. You got to just live the way Emp does for 30
And then
days.
maybe,
I think that
maybe
I
your
don't think
shits
any of us
will
could
finally
do it.
be as good as mine.
Hey, do you use air conditioning or no?
Is that
Like-
not
like-
Sobriety
how-
is based
how vegan
on
are you?
consumable substances
Oh, he's getting
that
so
are
mad.
addictive. I don't
mean, look,
understand
I'm
how
sorry
you can
I'm not as pure.
advertise
I'm
it as
sorry I'm
Sober
not
October
vegan.
and you're still smoking cigarettes. It's
Because
just,
that's
it's just
not the
false
same
advertising.
fucking thing.
Why don't you go over on the Extreme Games channel and just make videos about fidget spinners if you're gonna fucking just blatantly lie to the audience like that and
Okay,
sell
what about-
them the idea
what if
that
I
you're going
drink
sober?
coffee?
I don't
What
think
if I drink a soda? There's caffeine in it. Caffeine is a drug, so that wouldn't be sober. I mean, obviously, I haven't been drinking soda.
Rusty,
because
Rusty,
looking after my health here.
hypothetically, this series of videos you're making are so popular, and what, you're going to put out 2 more vlogs and then never do it again?
Fuck yeah.
You have lightning in a bottle here, and people want to see
Yeah.
you suffer more.
Just-
you should like, you don't have to do it next month, but maybe sometime in 2021 you do the EmpLemon challenge, and we'll actually see you suffer trying to live as purely as Emp does.
I think you should
that
do
would
it-
be way more entertaining.
I think you should do a different challenge every month, like
For a whole year.
sleeping outside on my porch for a month.
No shower November. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Stuff
down
like
with
That
no
that.
could be
shower.
your new gimmick. Every month
he
you do
already
some
does the
stupid
no shower
challenge.
challenge. He's been doing the no shower
True.
challenge for the past 2 years.
I can confirm I have stayed at his house.
Yeah, I mean, well, listen. Hey, here's another thing, Eggy, that if you're ever considering for any moment to try to do like a month sober, you don't sweat near as much. I don't know if you're a greasy person. I mean, I know it's kind of cold where you are, but I fucking cleared up. I used to be greasy as shit, and now that there's not like alcohol constantly trying to be pushed out of my body, It's been great. And
you're
listen, if I'm
sweating
going to try
less?
to go as sober as Emperor Lemon, that's going to mean eating subs that just have pickles and mustard on it.
Oh, it's delicious.
You don't think you can manage that for a month?
No, I would fucking die.
I will do the eat
so
a pickle.
goddamn
What if,
I'll
what
do
if you're getting 250,000 views on every video?
the pickle and
It-
mustard sub per day challenge? I'll do that on my
What is
second
that?
channel.
That's like $500 in ad revenue from a stupid video.
Yeah, but it's like I don't want to fucking not have fun and live a
So
shitty
fake
life
it.
because it's
What
making
are you,
money.
what's wrong with
Oh,
you,
God
man?
forbid
We
you
all
don't have
fake our
fun
videos.
in your challenge that you're doing for YouTube. That's supposed to be a
That's why.
difficult
That's
activity.
why. Hey, yeah, folks at home, if you want to know why Wheel of Punishment was never good, because Rusty doesn't think a challenge should be difficult. Oh, let's put drink a cup of water on the wheel. That'll be a real challenge. Rusty, that's not fucking entertaining to watch. You stupid fuck.
Well, I mean,
He's trying to sell the illusion of difficulty, but I've seen the man behind the great green curtain. And he's smoking
No,
fucking
yeah.
cigarettes during Sober October.
look at-
Do
him.
something difficult so we can be entertained.
I am doing something difficult, and I have fucking Emperor Lemon coming over, wagging his finger, saying, "Oh, Rusty, don't smoke a cigarette." That's
Don't
not,
call it
that's-
sober. Call it No Alcohol August or some shit. Don't
No,
call
the
it
pussy
sober
August
when you're
is
still
already
smoking
over.
cigarettes. It's just, I
Em,
guess, the
Em, what does
definition of
sober
the
mean?
word.
What is the definition of the word?
You know,
sober?
I'll look it up on Google.
Please
right now.
look it up.
No, don't look it up. Let's make something up that sounds
Yeah,
like it's
we
in our
should.
favor.
We have a panel of geniuses
All right,
here.
all
We
right,
should
then,
come up.
Then let's guess. Well, here's what my guess would be of sobriety. I would say the definition is probably non-specific, but it means to abstain from something in something that isn't necessarily
it's got
specified.
a specific word in there. You want to read it?
Intoxicating substances.
No.
All right, the general
it says
definition
not-
refers to alcohol. But if you
Yes.
go to any addict who said they cleaned up from any drug, they will say that they're sober.
They probably all
Including
smoke
You want to
cigarettes.
find
cigarettes.
God too? They all find God.
Well, I will say this much because I think they call them like sober clinics or something. I'm not sure if there's like sober clinics for other substances, but in general, in my experience, what people will say is they'll say, "I'm clean off this." You know, like they won't say I'm clean. I mean, they might say that they're clean off alcohol, but I generally, in my experience, I've heard like I'm sober this much amount of time, and that will refer to alcohol. They'll say, they'll say I'm clean off dope. I'm clean off
right.
pills. I'm clean
Well,
off.
they say
That's
it's
just
the
the
thing that they're
general
trying to quit.
vernacular.
Nobody
Yeah, that
says
I've-
I'm sober from crack. They say I'm high on crack.
That is what they say.
Well, Hunter Biden said that during his sleep.
Yeah.
Although one other thing I will say though too is that people, if they're announcing on Twitter like that they have been off drugs for like a certain amount of time, they do. It seems like I have seen people that'll still say sober in that context, like I've been sober for this amount of time, and they might include hard drugs in that. But yeah, I think in general I more often will see sober referring to alcohol and like off of that. Off of this.
Yeah, you say you quit
something harder.
cigarettes. I haven't smoked in this long. You don't say I'm sober and talking about cigarettes. Yeah, I always think when someone says I've been sober this long, I usually think alcohol, and then I guess maybe I'll consider they might be talking about weed or something because people do get very heavily addicted to that. Just ask Reactor.
Yeah. I inject it now.
Reactor, are you addicted to weed?
Yeah, I'm injecting it now.
Is that that's why you moved back to Illinois?
Yeah. No, I'm not addicted to weed.
How much would you
I mean, like the
would
whole
it
time I went
cost
to Florida.
for Emp to
fine.
get drunk? How much would we have to pay you, Emp?
Probably one shot, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, get him a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
If I win this bet and Trump wins, I'll give you $100 to take 3 shots of liquor.
That's not worth it.
No,
Yeah.
Emp,
Oh,
how
my
about
God.
if Rusty does 1 full month of living like Emp, he gets to spend 1 full night getting you fucking wasted.
I think that's fair.
That'd be super
There's
fair.
a lot of social obligations,
Yeah. You'd have to
I'm not quite sure
ankle
we can
bracelet.
agree to that right about now.
I think that means he believes in you, Rusty. He thinks you could do it.
He doesn't believe in me. I don't know if this
Well,
is like
I saw the
tough love.
minimal amount of effort he did to not drink alcohol. So of course he can cut out
He's been over here
cigarettes.
3 nights for a
And
few
you drink all
hours.
3 of them.
It doesn't even piss me off that you're doing cigarettes. It pisses me off that you won't even go through like
Doing
the
cig-
little
doing
extra
cigarettes.
effort required to completely clean up during the sober October. Like, so
Man,
you're saying
I'm coming
you
out
could
of this.
you
I'm
could
coming out of
keep-
this ripped. I've curbed my smoking down considerably, about like 1,000%.
He's running 6 minute miles
just based
now?
on what you've been
He
arguing.
became a skinhead.
Based on what you've been arguing, the fucking definition of sobriety for the past 30 minutes. So you're saying you could
The
smoke a
definition of
fucking
sobriety, you just
bundle
read
of
it.
cigarettes a day. You could be like that
Fucking
fucking
idiot.
guy at the circus who has just a mouthful of fucking 100 cigarettes in his mouth.
No, that-
and you'd
that'll make
still
you
be
throw up.
sober because you're
That
not
guy died.
drinking alcohol.
That guy got cancer.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He
no,
did
that-
die.
he-
No,
he'd
that
throw
guy
up
lived
as
very
well.
a very long and healthy life.
Hey,
I'm
did
not
you,
sure
did you ever,
what brand or but there is some differences in smoking though. I will say this much: if you're smoking cigarettes, there are some differences because I used to smoke unfiltered Camel and unfiltered Lucky Strike,
wides?
and those particular cigarettes, if they're non-filtered, so there's something about them is that they're harsher, so that's one thing, but it's you get a stronger dose of nicotine like in the bloodstream because there's that stronger smoke comparatively to like a light cigarette or an ultralight cigarette. I think you're getting those could be just the same as almost breathing. It's just more something like for a fixation of the having just a minute to go outside and have a little smoke or something
Yeah,
like
so
that.
you don't
So
have
there's
to
different
suck
levels. If you were doing like a pack or two a day of like non-filtered cigarettes, then in that regard, maybe just because I've smoked, there was a time where I was on the non-filtered cigarettes regularly, and I could feel I remember like a strong, like you would get kind of like a strong head rush because it was just such a strong smoke. So there maybe would be something to maybe in that regard you could maybe have a point there. I just don't know how Rusty gets down like that, or
It's
but
like-
in any case, yeah.
It's like holding your breath. I mean, you're just cutting off oxygen going to your brain, so that's why you're feeling it when you're smoking like heavy, thicker cigarettes, I think. But yeah, it's what last half a minute. I mean, so it's there's also I haven't smoked any cigarettes yesterday. I smoked 2 today, and this is my sobriety breaking according to Dictionary EmpLemon.
Well, now that EmpLemon has berated you in front of our millions of listeners, I bet you're really stressed and you're going to go smoke a whole pack and it's all his fault.
You're goddamn right, I am.
Oh yeah, I
wish I
made you
could have a
fail
drink,
sober October.
Oh, that'd be
It
awesome.
wasn't
Hey, are you
completely
guys ready
flawed
to
from the
move on
start.
to... You guys want to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about something other than Rusty doing cigarettes?
Yeah.
We got some Patreon questions. Or
Okay.
one. Yeah, it's okay, it says, can any of you explain to me why I should give a shit about people stealing my data for advertisement when I have ad block installed? I never got what the big deal was because no one ever talks about it being used for blackmail or some other shit like that. It's always just advertisements that I don't see anyways because I'm not a retard and know how to avoid those.
Well, I mean, if you're getting fucking a bunch of unsolicited phone calls from people trying to spam you and fish you into schemes, that's your data that has been stolen and sold off to other people.
It's not really the data that's being stolen though. It's the data that's being recorded so they can manipulate you. They're not selling your data. They're selling advertisements that can influence your behavior.
Well,
Right.
you guys
That's
tell
like
me
the
if
main
I'm... am I blue-pilled as fuck if my opinion is I actually enjoy targeted ads and I've actually bought things that I was thinking about buying and then they advertised
Yeah,
it to
that's
me
the
and I was
thing.
like, oh,
No,
shit.
see,
You're
it's
thinking
not
about
ads,
buying
though.
them, but you're being
Yeah, but like,
pushed to buy
so
it.
what? So
Yeah.
what? Like, why is it so bad that they're advertising things to me that I would actually want and use? Wouldn't it be
Well,
more annoying if I
because-
only got ads for shit I don't care about?
Yes, I agree.
Because like what it does is social media is so powerful that it's able to influence you like very easily. So now we have like, for example, the Democrats think that Trump's an authoritarian who hates veterans and like all this crazy conspiracy theory shit that they actually believe is true because it's been pushed to them perfectly by artificial intelligence. That's
Yeah,
basically
you kind of get
what it really comes down
brainwashed.
to.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you don't really care about being subtly brainwashed to kind of have your opinion curbed or to want to purchase things that maybe you never would have thought about too much before,
Yeah.
then it's not really
Yeah, but-
a big of an issue, I
Yeah,
suppose.
but guys, come on, we're all adults here. None of us are living below the poverty line. If I'm on Facebook and I get advertised a fucking shirt of Baby Yoda with a mask on with a bunch of coronavirus and then it says Menards on top because Facebook knows I used to work at Menards, yeah, that shirt is fucking hilarious and I'm gonna buy it and I wear it all the time. Am I a sheep? Oh, I fell for the fucking advertising. They hacked
well-
my info and I bought the funniest shirt I'm ever gonna own.
Yeah,
oh
see,
man.
that's the problem though, because now you don't own property because you bought a bunch of stupid Yoda shirts.
I bought one.
Yeah.
I mean, I
instead of
have
a
enough
house.
money to buy a fucking shirt.
I think the issue is not necessarily that the info is being used for targeted ads. It's that it's a lot of people find it intrusive, the means in which a lot of these companies collect data. Like I think it was like Reddit or some app was like, it was recently revealed that they scan all the other apps on your phone or something for.
Yeah, they all do that.
Or TikTok or something.
TikTok is the worst. It's owned by the Chinese government. Like, holy shit. It's perfect.
I thought they banned
It's like-
that shit. Why is Rusty
No.
still
There's
on
like
it?
concerns over microphone and webcam permissions where they can
And it can brick your
do
phone
constant
remotely.
spying and surveillance.
Yeah.
I think that's where more of the concerns over these companies slipping these things into the terms and conditions for. The official explanation, of course, is for targeted ads, but who knows what they're doing with the information.
Yeah, if,
Yeah,
if
well,
that
they're
was the
using it to know
official
how to
explanation,
influence
is
you.
like, hey, we're making your marketing or your online purchasing experience easier and more convenient.
That's the curtain.
Yeah, exactly. There's something a lot more nefarious stuff going on.
Well, here's what I
When
gotta
used
say.
for TV, it was difficult.
Because here's something that people don't think too much about in my personal experience and opinion. So there's people on social media, and obviously Twitter's kind of my forte, so that's what I'm more used to. But on Twitter, there'll be, from time to time, there'll be these viral tweets, which are suspiciously viral.
Uh-huh.
And what'll happen in these tweets, it'll be like, you know, Taco Bell is DMing some guy like, oh, yo, bro, I just yeeted the swag, yeet swag, YOLO, whatever. And then the guy's like, what? That's what? Yo, Taco Bell DM me? And then it gets like 500,000 likes. That is an advertisement, okay?
Yeah.
When the guy's like, oh, I just went to McDonald's and there's a cat in my bag. What? And then McDonald's, yo, bro, delete the cat, bro. Oh, delete the cat picture, bro. That's an advertisement. So it doesn't matter, you know, like they get the data on you. They say, okay, we looked at Simian Jimmy, and we see he loves to go to McDonald's, you know, 4 days a week between 4 and 6, and we see this here. All right, you know what? And he's got this Twitter account.
Yeah, let's get
He
him up
doesn't
to
even follow
He
follow
loves
anybody.
cats.
Let's go tell Steve Harvey to go click like on this viral tweet about McDonald's so that it gets on his timeline. And then, you know, he's going to see that and be like, oh, you know, that sounds pretty good. I think maybe, now that I think about it, yeah, I think I might go there and get a little something to eat. So that's
Do you
one,
guys think
one
that
particular way.
Do you think that McDonald's might have paid Pickle Ree to make that viral video just to advertise their restaurants?
I don't think they did,
Yeah.
but I wish that he had
Well,
at least reached out.
No,
to
it
try
was
to get a
Adult
sponsorship.
Swim who did it, and they used the leftover money from World Peace to just fund Picklery.
They had so much leftover
inside
money.
Deep State Picklery. Chairman Mar, the Chinese.
Yeah, it was in front of us the whole time.
Does no one realize this but me?
Why do you think he
Also
had
a
to
Chinese.
stop posting? He hasn't posted anything in a year.
Didn't you get deported for being a spy?
I hope he was.
Is that true? Was he a spy? Because I gave him a lot of my personal information.
Well, he sent me some really good advertisements for vegan, new vegan restaurants that are around. Beyond Meat.
Vegan McDonald's.
Hey, LP, I haven't reached out in a minute, but man, I tell you, ever since I found out Leaf World's new delicious 100% plant-based from ethical sources plant feed, oh man, that's some good stuff. And I tell you what, if you use my code, you'll get 10% off and free shipping too. So anyways, I'm disappearing now. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's why he's Pickle Ree. He's a big vegan at heart.
Reminds me, everyone, this video is sponsored by Manscaped. Be sure to check out
Do
the
we have
Lawnmower
any more
3000 if you have
questions,
any
Reactor? I don't want to hear this
scrotum
shit.
hair.
Shut the fuck up, you sellout.
Would you ever consider doing physical merch for the podcast? No. Why would we do that? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do we not sell T-shirts
I
already?
mean, like, do you want to buy something?
You should sell a Sodi
yeah,
shirt.
We'll make it if you want. If you want to give us money for one of our products, then we'll make the products.
Yeah,
Right?
I'll put up some T-shirt designs on a Teespring and we'll link it.
Yeah, we just have really low self-esteem, so we don't think anyone wants to buy any of
yeah.
our merch. So
When I
Rusty and I took pictures in front of a green screen for some merch like over a year ago. We could just Photoshop Reactor in, and then we have our
Yeah,
T-shirt.
next time I'm walking down the street and I see someone with the TrashRats podcast merch, I think, wow, that's a really cool guy. That's a guy who I want to get to know and spend some time with right there and be his friend.
yeah, but
Yeah,
then
he has
but
good
if you wear
taste.
that shirt and we see you, it's totally different.
Yeah, stay the fuck away from us.
Yeah, we know who not to talk to in public.
Well, is that
Yeah,
is that?
I was saying I would say hi. I don't know, but
Rusty, make some merch, and so we can actually make some fucking money from this show.
All right, I'll design some quick designs. They'll be very cool looking, I guess.
Maybe we can put our album on vinyl.
Yeah, right.
Album?
We can put out 12 episodes on a vinyl.
This 12 hours will fit on a vinyl record?
One
No?
episode will fit on one record, so we can have a two-sided vinyl record. Will have one episode, and it'll come in.
We better pick 2 really good episodes.
And we can
The
stop
2 that
posting
I was
on,
not here.
YouTube.
Not this one.
Like if you want to hear our vinyl cast, you have to buy it and wait 1 week for it to come in the mail.
And it's like $285.
Yeah.
Still less of,
Revolutionizing the podcast game with that one.
still less of a ripoff than Rusty calling his series Sober October and then not even quitting cigarettes. for a month.
Well, on that note, I mean, shit, has it already been an hour? Look at the time.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Or should we just keep going? I mean, I don't really care. I'm having a good time.
We got to do an after show for the patrons. So if we're done talking to these, these freeloaders, maybe we should end the show for them.
So yeah, buy the stuff.
Yeah. Seems
Buy
like
the merch,
it's been
buy
a
the vinyl, buy the targeted ad products, buy manscaped.com. Use code
Hey, Aggie, do you
EmpLemon
wanna-
for 20%
Aggie,
off.
do you want to? No, you're not plugging your scam.
I also get
on
something
my
out of this
show.
fucking show, providing you guys with all this ingenious
Hey,
content.
Aggie, what do you want to plug to all the fans at home?
Well, make sure you follow me on twitter.com/1eggwhite. That's the number 1 and egg white, because listen, even when I'm too lazy to do anything on YouTube and too lazy to make music and everything that I'm actually supposed to be doing, I'll be there on Twitter and I'm going to be clicking like on all those funny frog cartoons. So you'll definitely catch me there. So twitter.com/1eggwhite.
Yeah, and follow Reactor at It's Reactor on Twitter, because I'm blocked right now. So I don't know. It'd be cool.
So
if someone
follow
followed
you,
me.
even though you have your account locked.
Yeah.
It'll be a special
nobody
surprise when he
follows
comes
me.
back. You won't
Just
see him
saying.
for a while, and then he'll be there, and you'll be like, wow, this is awesome. I love this.
Like 12 more followers while I was gone. You guys are amazing.
If you want to see a complete meltdown when Joe Biden wins the popular vote and the Electoral College, go follow Reactor on Twitter.
Well,
Dude,
I don't
you
think I
know
would have
you're
a
going to
meltdown.
fucking melt down like a Stacey Karen bitch.
No, I would just go
Man,
into I'm just going to go
all
into survival
self-awareness
mode.
will be shed from your being,
Yes,
and you'll be
no,
like,
but
I
I'm
can't
still
believe
logical.
it. It
No.
was his turn to win again.
No. If Biden
interference
wins,
in the
I'm going to
election.
go silent.
No way, man.
Russia
It's my,
dark.
cheated to help Biden.
it's my boy Howie Howerson, the Green Party. It's time to rise up.
Yeah.
Just you wait.
Vote for
Well,
Kanye
the Dems
West.
are
Green
let's
Party's
go.
going to win.
They're going to be
Right.
Green
Rise
Party's going
up.
to win this year.
But not like what Joe Biden is going to do when he touches my penis. When with fucking
touches
Biden
your
care.
downward spiral.
You know what? Actually, this reminds me, since we're on this, one last thing I'm going to say. I mean, to be honest, there's like 300 million Americans or something like that. There might be 400 million. I haven't looked in a while. But if Joe Biden came to you and selected you to get, violated, I mean, that would be horrible. That would be awful. I mean, he should go to prison forever. But I mean, that's like you're luckier than winning the lottery. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, by the odds, by the numbers. I mean, it's horrible and it'd be awful, but you could be like, I was lucky enough to get violated by a demented
Dude, I've already been
guy.
violated. Every time he looks at the fucking camera in that debate, I can feel him sucking out my youth like he's a goddamn
Sucking
ghoul
his youth right out
vampire.
of his-
It's disgusting. I have to like turn
You'll notice
away.
a theme here. This theme that Emp keeps bringing up is that this entire debate, he couldn't stop thinking about Joe Biden touching and sucking his penis.
I kept saying it. Were
All
you
right,
not watching
folks.
it?
Thanks for tuning
Oh,
in.
yeah.
If you want to hear
All right.
even more of this conversation, head on over to patreon.com/TrashRats. We're going to do even more of this show
And
for the
stay
patrons over
tuned
there.
for more Rusty Cage Sober October, where he does heroin, methamphetamine,
And does
bath
cigarettes.
salts. But
He
it's
gets high on
okay because he's not
cigarettes.
doing alcohol, so it's still sober.
Heroin's just as bad as cigarettes.